to Steel City Live here on Mike Drop Sports. Appreciate you all for stopping through. Thank you for joining us for yet another show here, reviewing a little bit of round two of the playoffs as we see the Baltimore Ravens fall to the Buffalo Bills. Can't say that I didn't tell you so, but I told you so. It wasn't all Lamar Jackson's fault, though, last night. Some of his players, some of his key players let him down. It was kind of crazy. Could he have done better? Absolutely. But man, just another failure for that group that the Ravens have put in place. What's up, Inger? What's up, another Wombat? What is up, Joel? Good to see you, man. Yeah, now you know what we felt like the other day there, Inger. It's tough, man, when your team loses. False when you think that it's your time, when you feel like everything's going your way and, you have that opportunity right in front of your face, but yet you let it slip through your hands. And it's definitely difficult to swallow, my friends. What's up, DJ Thomas? Super chat early from another Wombat. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Pickett might get a ring before TJ. Crazy. Yeah, that's that's like unfathomable, man. That's so hard to even comprehend, that might be the case. You have the Philadelphia Eagles where Kenny Pickett now went to sit on the bench and be a backup. Maybe he gets another ring. The Philadelphia Eagles look like a complete group. Saquon Barkley looks like that guy, as he has all season, just being dominant. But wow, would that be something. TJ Watt can't even get a playoff victory. Another super chat, bright and early here in the stream from Steelers Lee. What's up, Steelers Lee? Ravens fans want Harbaugh's head too. Yeah. And, the fan bases, when you say that, Steelers Lee, two great comments right there. Another Wombat, Steelers Lee, talking about they want his head too. And then you're looking at the Steelers and you're looking at how that's all going. You ask yourself, what the hell is going on when you have these franchises that believe that they have what is needed to win and be successful in place, You look at the Ravens, though, for instance. They have tons of regular season success typically here under Lamar Jackson, but just fall in the playoffs. The Steelers seem to have patches of times to where they have tremendous success, and then the wheels fall off, and you're not able to get back on track. That's what is frustrating, and I believe that the Ravens is a little bit of a different situation as opposed to what the Steelers are dealing with right now in terms of their head coach. They have that team there in Baltimore that definitely can compete. And you look since week 11 how the defense was able to totally change there in Baltimore. And then you look at what happens to them when they get into a significant matchup, a matchup of meaning. They fall apart. I don't know if that's the head coach or is that the quarterback. So that's a little bit more of a different thing to decipher there. It's not just all solely on Harbaugh. So again, the dynamic's just a little bit different there as opposed to the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they got going on, which we will talk about. DJ Thomas says, go Ravens. Oh, wait, 3 empty MVPs. Yeah, it's just so weird that the guy that wins MVP every year isn't the guy that's collecting Super Bowl trophies, isn't the guy collecting rings for his finger, isn't the guy that's going to go down in history as one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. That isn't that guy that is continually year after year brought to be the MVP of the league. I think that we look at things that are a little bit different when we're voting for those. We're looking at just stats. We're not looking at meaningful things. A stat should play a role, absolutely, but meaningful things in terms of do they show up in the game that matters, those things. I think that MVP and things of that nature shouldn't be voted on until after the postseason's done. I just feel like that you need that collective body of work to see who that real MVP of the season is, I don't know. I just don't know when we lost sight of what matters is only collecting championships. I feel like that we've lost sight of that. We're so into fantasy. We're so into all that shit, that stat driven shit. Pro Football Focus is the big thing out there. Everybody wants to see stat after stat after stat. And I think that that's all we drive things off of. But I did a show the other day talking about what matters, and that's showing up in big moments, players that deliver championships. That's all that matters. That's all that should matter. Rod, TJ is not getting a ring as long as Tomlin's there. Absolutely. Caden Angel, what's up? Sean in the house. I'd like to see a rookie quarterback make it to the big show. Yeah, Jaden Daniels has a chance. For sure, man. Philadelphia, Washington, Jaden definitely has a chance to make that happen. Definitely. Jonathan, 49ers. Caden Angel, I hate the Steelers. That sucks for you. Robert Road, in the house. I slept like a baby watching the Ravens lose to the Bills. Yeah, after watching that. Yeah, no doubt. Me too. I felt good. The Buffalo Bills are for real. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are in trouble. I really do. Now, the Chiefs can win that ball game, and I say that why? Because they have Patrick Mahomes, a guy that just finds ways to win, and that's the difference when you're looking at a Pat Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, and those types of guys. Josh Allen, you're looking at Pat. He finds ways to win in the biggest moments. That's what matters, guys. And though this year is the year that I think that the Buffalo Bills could actually make it to the big show, man. I definitely think so. Froggy Insider, being a Ravens fan makes me want to puke. Don't lose hope on your football team, though, Froggy. Don't lose hope. I know we got a lot of people in here, Froggy, Inger, to name just a couple, that are Ravens fans through and through, or fans of different teams. Don't ever just lose all faith in your football team just because of a moment in time to where things aren't going your way. And I understand there's a pattern there. I've warned you about what's going on there. Same with the Steelers. You're in a similar situation, but not quite the same. But man, don't lose all hope. Don't say you want to puke because of it. Just take it in. And I know too. I felt the same way when the Steelers got beat by the Ravens just a week ago. Man, does it hurt. It does. It sucks because you put so much time into it. And I know people say it's just a game, and I know that. I get over it in a day or two. But literally, man, you put a lot of time into it as a fan. You're vested week in, week out. You're constantly watching this. You're constantly talking about it. It's just your hobby. It's something you enjoy to do and be involved with. And when they lose, it's so bad. It's so tough, man. It sucks for the first 24 hours or so. Let's keep going. Jonathan, who's winning? I think that the Bills are going to win this thing. I really do. For some reason, that's just where I've been leaning. I've been leaning toward that for a while. And I said that when the playoffs started, if the Bills could get out of the first round, I thought that was their trap game against the Denver Broncos for some reason. I just thought that if the Bills could get on a roll, get out of that first round, and start to really build things, get that momentum moving, that they were going to be a really tough out for any team that was going to play them. And I think that that's going to be true. And I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to have their hands full with the Buffalo Bills. Rod, I will take Harbaugh. They can have Tomlin. Froggy Insider, I can't deal with this anymore. What are you dealing with, brother? The playoff losses? Hold on, where are we at? Inger, Mark Andrews sold the game. Yeah, but honestly, you got to look at it this way. One play doesn't dictate a game. I know it's hard to look past that when that play, meant so much. And Mark Andrews has done that before. Do you recall a time in the city of Pittsburgh where the Baltimore Ravens came down with Lamar Jackson and they were down there late in the game? They could have possibly went ahead and won that game with a 2-point conversion, but it was a missed pass from Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews in that situation also. And the same side of the end zone, the right side of the end zone. So that's kind of ironic, kind of weird that seems to be where they go when the money's on the line, and it hasn't worked for them a few times. Sean, Lamar's turnovers early was a point swing. Absolutely, Sean, absolutely, and that's whenever I said Inger says Mark Andrews sold the game. That's not one play doesn't dictate it. You're looking at a cumulative effort here. Lamar Jackson turning the ball over, not being able to do certain things that they're used to being able to do. That all builds throughout the course of a ball game. That all starts to snowball. That all starts to put you behind the eight ball. Then you're trying to play catch up. Then you're trying to play from behind. And yeah, you have confidence that you can get it done, but when you're playing from behind, it's a different feel. No matter what, you always struggle to possibly get back on track of the things that you do well. You're getting out of your game plan. You're getting off beat a little bit, out of rhythm. It's just really hard to recover once you're down. And I don't care if it's down by a couple points or not. You're playing differently when you're down, especially as the minutes tick on and you become late in the ball game. Things just change so drastically, man. Joel, even if Mark caught that, I think the Bills drive the field with a one. Absolutely, Joel. You're looking at Josh, who is taking control of that ball game. He scored 2 touchdowns himself on the ground. He was taking control, and honestly, you were probably going to lose that game by a field goal or a touchdown. Josh Allen would have got that. I really believe that. I don't think that goes in as a tie game, or anything like that. I definitely think the Bills would have been the better team in that situation for sure. Another Wombat, Lamar threw a pick, had a fumble. Andrews is hardly the only one to be blamed. Yeah, guys, you're paying Lamar Jackson a ton of fucking money in Baltimore, guys. A ton of money. A ton. It's definitely really, really difficult. Whoever that was, Inger, I don't know who the hell they were. But anyway, I just was looking at a comment. Sorry, guys. You're paying him a ton of money, and he hasn't been able to win big games, guys. Look at his playoff record. Look at what happens to the Baltimore Ravens in big games. There's always some turnovers. There's always some reason why Lamar Jackson isn't able to get it done, and a lot of it falls on his shoulders. When you're making $52 million per season, a lot of it has to fall on your shoulders. A lot of it does come down to you. And 2 turnovers there don't help you at all. They don't get your football team on a roll. You can't afford to make those mistakes when you're playing good football teams late in the year. And that's where Lamar Jackson falters. Maybe the regular season you got a chance. They talked about that during the broadcast. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, when trailing in the 2024-2025 season, they were able to come back a majority of the time when they were down points. But they weren't able to do it in a big game. Why? Because he's a different animal inside of a big game. He makes those crucial mistakes to get his team off a rhythm. And again, that trickles throughout the roster. And you got to start with the guy making the most money. I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people don't want to point that finger to that person on the roster. But that guy makes the most money. He sets the tone for the football team. And when he makes mistakes, that's when it starts to trickle throughout the roster, throughout the team. And yeah, other guys are going to start making mistakes. Other guys are going to drop passes. Why? Because the rhythm's off. They're looking to their leader, the guy that's supposed to be guiding them and keeping their rhythm, keeping their pace. When he's off and he's making mistakes, it just throws everything off. And that's to be real true. Real true. And it just shows you too. If you don't got one of those super elite quarterbacks in the NFL, it's really, really hard to do anything. Really, really hard. Sadly, you can't really get it done with good to average play at the quarterback position, and you can't. And I know Lamar put up big numbers this year. I get that. But again, when it matters most, is he there? And that's the question you have to ask yourself about Lamar every single time. All right, guys, I'm going to grab a drink. Make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live. After round 2 of the NFL playoffs, I also want to talk later in the show here a little bit after we field some of your comments, questions, and concerns inside of the live chat. I want to talk a little bit about how the Steelers maybe are able to recover and be able to possibly compete with some of these teams that are deep inside of the playoffs, and if it's even possible without a franchise quarterback, because I really just don't think that to be true. I don't think you can do it. I think you have to have an elite talent there, and I know a lot of people think a guy like Lamar's elite, but you know what? I don't know. What's up, Brood? Will Pickett be an all-time great to you if Philly wins the Super Bowl? Hell no. Pickett's going to be a career third-string guy, lucky if he's a backup. Knockout Finals MVP is only MVP. If you think about it, regular season MVP is a participation trophy. Yeah, I just don't think there should be a separation because the only thing that freaking matters, man, is winning titles. And I don't know why there's such a separation when we're talking about awards. I want a cumulative effort throughout the year, through the playoffs, through the regular season. I want you to show me that you are able to rise up in the moments to deserve being called the most valuable player, you know? What's up, Daniel Warman? Jason, you called it about Lamar. Another playoff loss. Josh Allen should be the MVP. Bless you, my friend. Thank you, Daniel. Good to see you, man. Bless you also, my friend. Again, who's showing up in the biggest moments, guys? We're so far away from that, man. I just wish that we could get the fan bases back on track here with believing in certain different things. I don't want to be so statistically driven. I want to have some of the things that are real immeasurable intangibles to be put back into the equation, you know, a little bit. That's what I want. Because Patrick Mahomes isn't always lighting the statistical categories up on. He's not always lighting them on fire. He's not always just the top of the charts statistically, but he finds ways to win. He's that guy. He is him, my friends. You look at Josh Allen yesterday. He wasn't statistically insane, but what was he able to do? Continue to keep his team on pace, on rhythm, not differentiating or not differing from the game plan, from the way that they talked about all week, controlling the pace of the game, staying in rhythm, staying in yourself, not being more than what you are. Those things. And Josh was able to keep his team in that space, man. All right, guys, we need some more of you to double tap that screen, hit that like button. One more of you double tap, we'll get to 20, and then we're on our road to 30. We want to hit 100 likes here on the live stream, as always. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, you got to make sure you're subscribed. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Join the conversation here each and every day as we try to take a lot of your comments here on the chat and bringing them into the show and allow you guys to sound off. Steve Winters, what's up, Jason? How you doing, my friend? I'm doing well, Steve. Good to see you, man. Sean, Lamar has been a media darling for years. Yeah, they hype up a guy that's never won anything. Again, he's never won anything in college. He's never won anything at the pro level. I don't know what MVP means anymore. I don't. I don't know what MVP means. I really, really, truly don't. Downtown John Broadway. Ha, ha, ha. All that talk, only to see what we know. Lamar Jackson is the MVP and choking. Good evening, Yins. Hey, Tom. DJ Thomas would love to see the Bills versus Washington in the Super Bowl, but got a feeling it'll be Chiefs and Eagles. I hope not, man. Bren Chong, bro. Shut up about sports ball and crank that soldier boy one time. Tell us you're stupid and unintelligent with one comment without telling us that you're stupid and unintelligent. There you go, Bren. Bren receives a flag because he sounds like a idiot. I wouldn't even go on there with my screen name so anybody would know. I would never make those comments so anybody would know that I was that dumb, you know? Joel says, even though I dislike the Ravens, Lamar didn't blame Mark after the game and even took fault himself, and that takes composure and integrity. I'll give him that. I never thought Lamar's a bad dude or a bad teammate or anything. He's just not that guy in the big moments. It's just real simple. Again, he's not some bad dude. He's not a troublemaker. He's not any of those things. He shows integrity. He shows, responsibility. He's just not able to come up in the big games. It's just the way it is. It's what it's going to be throughout his career. He's going to be a guy that guides you to amazing regular seasons half the time. And then you're going to get into the playoffs. You're going to have a lot of hype. The media is going to be telling you that you're this team that is a juggernaut. And you know deep down in your heart that there's a way that guy's going to fuck that up in the playoffs and in the big moment, on the biggest stages, against the most elite competition. They're going to find a way to screw it up, and they do. And it wasn't Mark Andrews' fault that they even found themselves in that situation. Again, when you bring up doubles, turnovers, not just one, turnovers, we're talking about more than one. That puts you behind, my friends. Again, rhythm, pace. That's so important, especially in those games, those playoff type games, those big money games, man, when everything matters. Rhythm, pace, all that. That is so important. And when you get off of it, when your quarterback can't keep you in the rhythm that you got to be in, you're screwed. You're screwed. It's tough. It's tough to fuck up several times inside of a playoff game this deep into the playoffs and be able to recover, guys. There's very few guys that have ever done it. Very few teams that can do it. Once you put yourself behind the eight ball, you better hope the other team is trading you fuck up for fuck up. Because otherwise you're screwed and you're not going to be able to recover. And that team, no matter how close you inch, again, you're still off rhythm. You're still out of sorts, man. Mark Andrews never does good in big moments. Yeah, he's another one. He don't. I agree. Mark Andrews never does. We did that. Ben Johnson went to the Bears. That's big for them. That is big for them, Steve. You know what question I ask is why the Steelers haven't started to make changes. That's starting to puzzle me, man. And I think it just shows the fan base of the Pittsburgh Steelers how fucking ego-driven Mike Tomlin is. How dumb he thinks you all are. It's almost like he's brought in a group of buddies and said, hey guys, these idiots won't fire anybody. They think it's called loyalty. I think it's called stupidity. But we'll go ahead and back the Brinks truck up and we'll make a shit ton of money here with doing minimal work. And, it'll all be good. That's what it feels like. Anthony DeGalbo, what was hilarious was Josh Allen playing the nobody respected us card after the game. Come on, man, for a few years, people have loved on your team and you did nothing. Yeah, but they were picked to lose that game, I think, weren't they? I can't remember what the odds were on BetMGM. I can't remember. I looked at it. I thought they were picked to lose, though. I thought Ravens were favored. Maybe I was wrong. I can't remember. Steve Winters, how about a Washington-Buffalo Super Bowl? That would be fantastic. Yeah, something different, man. I'm down for something different, Steve. Brent, Bills got it done, baby. Yeah, Brent, good to see you, man. Anthony DeGalbo, yep, Mark Andrews doing his Muth impression, big drops. John Broadway, downtown, if it comes down to a Bills versus Washington, you gotta go with the Bills. Yeah, I'd probably go with the Bills too. Sean, schematically, Chiefs D makes Steelers look like a middle school team. Yeah. Dude, Steelers offense, I feel like I run a youth offense that's more complex. We spread it out far more than them. We run 4 wide receivers every fucking play, bro. Every play. We spread that bitch around and throw it around and run it around. And, yeah, I wish I would have did that earlier. I really do, but I didn't do it earlier. But now that I know my error of my ways, yeah. If Baltimore don't turn a ball over 3 times, they probably won the game. Yeah. Guys, that's how... This is not a hard formula, guys, at all. At all. When you are literally putting yourself behind the 8 ball, what happens? You get off rhythm, man. You're not doing the things that you need to be able to do. What do the Ravens do best? Run the football. When you're playing from behind, you can't do that all game. If you don't fuck things up and you don't get yourself behind the 8 ball, you can run the game, control the time of possession, dictate the pace of play. Keep yourself inside of what you do best. They couldn't do that. Let's hope my Bills can beat the Swifts. Chiefs. Froggy Insider, go Commanders, I guess. Go Ravens from Ebelis Edits. God damn, man. Sorry, guys. I got to catch back up here. Sorry. Son of a bitch. I hate when that happens, guys. And I hate to miss all your comments. You guys have been loading it up, too. Son of a bitch. There we go. JD next Lamar. Jaden Daniels? I don't know. I feel like he's a little bit better. I think he's going to be a lot better than Lamar Jackson. John Broadway, if they give Lamar Jackson MVP, then yins know it's rigged. Yeah, dude, I don't take anything that these sports writers vote on as anything serious. I don't. Again, everything that they do, everything they vote on, everything they do is all about clicks, all about views, all about making money. And that's their job, and I don't fault them for it, but that's what it's all about. It ain't about telling you the truth. They could give a fuck less if they tell you the truth about it. It's not really what they may even think. They're just, hey, Lamar puts up big statistical numbers. Everything's driven off of fantasy. He is the MVP come fantasy. For fantasy, he's the MVP. BP. Yeah, John. Who's Jens John? Jacob Ferris. I really believe Jaden Daniels is going to be the first rookie quarterback to win a Super Bowl. I really feel like no NFC team can beat either one of the two AFC teams that are remaining. Let's be honest. Without Saquon Barkley, the Eagles are nothing. And if you can control Saquon in any way, you're probably going to win the game. Jalen isn't going to win it with his arm, I don't believe. I love Jalen. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he can put a team on his back and win a Super Bowl without that run game of Saquon. I really don't. And I just think the Commanders are slightly too young right now. They're a very young team that's building, that's got a very young quarterback that is going to have to take a couple lumps here as they find themselves. Maybe, they get it done. Maybe an NFC team gets it done, but I really believe that this is yet another year that an AFC team wins a Super Bowl. I've always really believed that too, here, especially over the last, 15, 20 years, in my opinion. I feel like the AFC has always been the better conference, in my eyes. Trolls putting in work from ZA. These games showed how far we are behind these teams as a possible contender. Talking about the Steelers, absolutely, Anthony, 1,000%, man. That's what I mean. Can the Steelers ever start to compete? They're far behind, guys. Not just player-wise. I feel like they got an okay roster, that it's a decent roster. But schematically, the Steelers are so far behind these teams that it's kind of fucking crazy. And they've made up every excuse in the book. Oh, there's only so many plays these NFL teams run. There's only so much they can do. Okay, then why do these other teams look just so vastly different? Why do they look incredibly different when you play them or watch them play? Butterbean says new Eagles or Bills winning this year. Would be incredible to see rookie quarterback win the Super Bowl. Absolutely, Anthony. Jaden Daniels is best QB left. No, no, not right now. I love Jaden. I think he was the best quarterback selected in the 2024 draft. I think he's going to be a great player for years to come, but is he the best quarterback left? No, not right now. He's got a lot of work to do. Let's be honest, Jacob. You know what I mean? Let's be real honest. Now, he's not Josh Allen. He's not Pat Mahomes, and he's not Jalen Hurts yet either. He might be a little bit better than Jalen, though, right now. But Jaden is definitely going to be a guy that really makes some waves for years to come. All right, guys, I need some more of you to hit the shit out of that like button. Beat the shit out of it like you own it. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you a damn dime to hit the like button. So double tap that screen. Send us out to that YouTube algorithm, as we are always trying to hit 100 likes here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason, as always. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I don't know what you're waiting for if you're not. Let's hit that 10,000 subscriber mark before the Super Bowl here. That'd be amazing. But I know we could hit 5,000 this week. We're probably about 4,300 almost now. So let's continue that roll, continue that march here on one of the YouTube's best channels, I believe. Let's keep going. He's playing better than Hurts and Allen and McFlop. I guess, man. I'm a football realist. I'm going to give you the truth, Jacob. I'm not here to entertain bullshit. I'm going to tell you exactly what the truth is. And again, Jaden is that guy. He's going to be that guy for a long time. But is he better than the quarterbacks that are remaining in the playoffs? No, he's not right now. Right now. You got to be a realist. Don't try to build up some false hope about things. Be honest. Be honest. Now, if you're a Commanders fan, that's fine. You want your team to win. You're going to try to think of every situation that could make the Commanders get that trophy. I get that. I do that with the Steelers sometimes too. But I always come back to reality. Yep, 52 mil per year. A lot is expected. Absolutely, guys. And that's why you hear a lot of fans too. Let me get another drink. You hear a lot of fans talk about just pay him. Just pay him. Just pay it. Dude, when you make that big money comes a lot of responsibility for it. And you want to know why people are so hard on some of these positions, you know? You're eating up a quarter of the salary cap. You're gonna be ridiculed. You're gonna have to shoulder some blame. You want to know why people are hard on head coaches. You want to be in charge of everything. You want to be in the limelight when everything's going well. But guess what? When things go bad, you got to shoulder the blame. And some of these coaches like Mike Tomlin are getting paid a ridiculous amount of money for nothing. For nothing, guys. For nothing. I bet you 50% of the people out there that are fans could go do the exact same thing he's fucking doing. I mean, I'm being honest. I know I could. I'm confident I could do the same thing he's doing. Stand there. Pre-game, bobbing my head to the music. Let's go, 3. Let's go, 3. Come on, 3. Time to get it done, 3. I could do that. Stand there on the sideline, looking stupid. Not changing anything. Being schematically deficient. I could do that. I could allow players to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Come in late, do whatever. I could allow my star wide receiver to come in, barely in time to make the game when we're playing the league's best team on Christmas Day. I could allow that. I could do those things. I'm just saying, I could do all those things. Mark Andrews cooked himself from ZA. Steve Winters, how can you say that, Jacob? Josh Allen is a beast of quarterback. Kansas City has won Super Bowls. Yeah, Steve. He's just propping up his team, I think. That's what I think. Mike Oxlong, are Steelers winning the Super... Yeah, okay. Not this fucking century. Butterbean. Yeah, BT, Eagles, and Bills are better. Are Bills a better team? I'm not sure what your comment means there, buddy. I'm not being rude. I just have no clue. I can't decipher that. Zach Curry, Chiefs will take it if the Bills don't. Steelers winning next year. You got to get a fucking quarterback, man. Guys, one thing the playoffs has shown you this year is you got to have an elite level quarterback. Deep Space, would you give a first for Saquon Barkley if the Eagles traded him? No, I would not. No, for no running back, I would do that. Never. It doesn't make any sense. You're in a pass-happy league. Having Saquon is a luxury, man. You know what I mean? I can't give a first-round draft pick for a running back. I could do running back by committee and get the same type of production. You know what I mean? I know he does really, really well. He's amazing. He puts up big numbers. But if you really think about it, if you have a couple average to good running backs at the NFL level, you could put these numbers up. You really could. Saquon's rare, but I just don't think it's first round pick. And you got to think of this too when you're talking about running backs. And I think that this is what sways my opinion when I'm thinking about them. I think what sways my opinion is their shelf life is just not long in the NFL. You're looking at a guy that's probably going to be like 5-6 years in the NFL, and then that production is going to significantly drop off. How many running backs really truly are able to be at the top of their game for a significant level of time, double-digit years? That's a very rare commodity to find in the NFL. They take a pounding, my friends. They get beat the fuck up, my friends. I think that's what sways me. Daniel Barry highlights what's up. DJ says, DJ Thomas, I can't believe I'm saying this as a Steelers fan. Lamar might go down as the best quarterback to ever play without a Super Bowl win/ring. I think Lamar's an excellent running back. I do. I think Lamar can throw the football because he is super athletic and strong. But he's not built to be that quarterback in my eyes. Mind frame. What it takes to be that guy in the big moments. He's not. Guys, I don't know how much more he can prove me right. I don't. Yep, Saquon's a beast. Chris Coleman, Russell needs to go. He's not under contract. Eagles would never buy Just Curious, or never. Oh, okay. They would never trade him, but Just Curious. I would never do first round pick for a running back. And I say that why? Again, what I said, their careers aren't long. It's really hard to justify, the value of the pick versus the longevity of the career. You know what I mean? The amount of production you're going to get out of it for the long term, I know you need to look at the present and the right now, but sometimes I feel like you got to plan a little bit too for the future. It's not all just about you're living in the moment all the time. I think you got to prepare. And it's very hard to part with a high value draft pick like a first round pick, especially for somebody that's already been in the league, and into a second contract at the running back position. Then it even becomes way harder to justify that. Starting to feel like Cowboys fans saying this year is the Flock's year. I still trust in my team. We got it next year. Not as long as Lamar is the quarterback. I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but he's just not that guy. Again, he's not. Another Wombat. The Eagles are getting it done with average QB play. I think Jalen's smart. I think Jalen is a little bit above average for sure. He isn't one of the great ones. Saquon's carrying that team right now, and I'm saying that, pretty definitively. He's carrying that team in a lot of ways offensively, no doubt about it. All right, guys, double tap that screen, hit that like button for me here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. I truly appreciate it as we are diving in on yet another live show. Don't forget tomorrow to join us for the afternoon blitz plus Steel City Live. So we'll have 2 live streams Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That's how we'll do it this week. Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday. No, we'll do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday this week for afternoon blitz. That's our new show. We only did it once, which was pretty good, but we're going to try to rotate it in here a little bit, especially while the playoffs are going on. So Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for afternoon blitz, and Steel City Live Monday through Friday. And we'll try to fit one in on the weekends again while the playoffs are going on. The Eagles are getting it done. We did that. Downtown Lamar Jackson is no different now to how both Dan Marino and Phillip Rivers were. Yeah, the only difference in my eyes, Lamar Jackson can't throw the football and pass like they could out of the pocket. You know what I mean? Mike says, is everyone here a Steelers fan? No, we got fans from all over, man. All over. I'm a Steelers fan, though. So my shit's going to be all Steelered up, you know? And we talk about the Steelers a lot. But we talk, about all teams, as much as we can. We did that. DJ Thomas, I believe that goes to Mr. Dan Marino from Steve Winters. Butterbean Eagles winning this year. Sean says Goff is a good example of good, not great. Yeah, absolutely, man. Barkley is a fucking beast. How stupid are the New York Giants? Absolutely. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Anthony, nope, unless you have a world-class defense, and we don't. It's tough to win with a world-class defense only. You got to have that offensive component, that pass-happy league that we are in. You can't survive in this league without being able to put up points. Lions were getting it done with Goff. They were another Wombat. They were, but they just didn't get it done, man. Eagles getting it done with Hurts. Yeah, but they're not making it to what? That mountaintop. They're not kissing Lombardi trophies. You know what I mean? And I think that's where you get with the Steelers. You're getting average. You're getting okay. And in these teams' cases, they're kicking ass. And they may make it pretty far, but they're not getting to the end goal. And no matter how far you make it, I don't care if you make it to the AFC or NFC championship game. I don't care if you make it to the Super Bowl. But if you're not kissing Lombardi trophies, you're not doing snow angels in the confetti, it is what it is. You're still not reaching the ultimate goal, the only goal that matters. That's just my opinion. Nah, Mike, don't put that in there, man. Anybody that's a fan of anything can be in here, Mike. Mike Oxlong, don't put that kind of shit in my chat, bro. Butterbean telling Mike, LOL. Sean, Goff is not carrying the Lions. No, he wasn't. He had significant players all around him. JJ, these players only play for is the money. The money has ruined the game a little bit. As the money goes up, the game does get a little bit ruined. It does. And another thing I think that ruins the game is a lot of these players, they feel like they're in such a position of power that they think we want to hear their political and social views. We don't. I feel like all we care about as fans is playing for that logo on that helmet. And when they're brought in to play, that's all we want you to do. We don't want to hear anything else. We don't want to see anything else. If you're paid handsomely for it, give us your heart. Give us everything, man. Play like your life depends on it, dude. You're getting paid handsomely. I've heard so many of the money arguments, about players and professional athletes and how we should, they should be able to do and say whatever they want. It's just a job. It isn't just a job. You're playing for a city, man, a fan base. It's tough, man. You're representing a city. You're representing those people that live inside of that city. I just think it should matter a little bit more than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I like your energy, Mike, but we welcome haters and motivates. Absolutely. Absolutely. We love everybody here, man. DJ Coda, the MVP voting is done before the playoffs. It's a regular season award. Yeah, it's stupid. In my opinion. All right, I got to find Mike. He's on my nerves. To the moderators that are in the chat, if you could go and find Mike Oxlong and just put him in timeout, because I'm not down for the comments, man. If one of the moderators, if you could go through and find it, I'd appreciate it. Mike Oxlong, because his comments are on my nerves. Steve Winters, Josh Allen should be MVP. Edward, no turnovers, end of discussion. Yeah, it matters, man. It matters big. Brighton Brandon, Josh Allen pulled his whole package out for the MVP. Yeah, too bad it didn't matter. His performance yesterday did not matter in the MVP voting, sadly. Downtown John Broadway, it's time to look inside and realize that we need to start reconstruction. O-line, D-line first, build the foundation. I think they did that with the offensive line. I know a lot of people want to hate on that offensive line, but I think they're really going to be good for the Steelers. I really, really do. I want you guys to have a lot of faith in that. D-line could use a little work, definitely, but I feel like they did a lot of work with that O-line. I think it's going to start to pay dividends really soon. Lamar is not an MVP in my opinion. He can't win a big game. Devin Burkett wants the 6-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers get a franchise quarterback. We will be back to counting sticky Lombardis. Brighton Brant, Lamar did not do what it takes to get MVP. Sean says, notice how good that young Rams D played. They didn't have miscommunication like the Steelers continually do. Yeah, I thought the Rams had a good chance to win yesterday, man. They played really well. DJ Coda, I don't know why people get upset about the MVP convo. I see why people are upset. And no Burrow mentioned, though. I don't get upset about it. I just don't think it makes any sense. It doesn't matter. That's why I don't play into any of these awards. I'll have people in the chat always ask me, who do you think's going to be this award winner? Who do you think's going to win this? I think they're all awards that you could wipe your ass with. They typically don't mean anything. They're kind of just stupid. I feel like they have no value. I feel like the only fucking award that matters is a Lombardi trophy. That's it. That's the only award that matters. I don't know what these people are playing the game for. Personal fucking accolades or hoisting a Lombardi and having a damn parade in your city. I don't know when we lost that value of being a champion. When we became just being okay with being okay. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. Froggy Insider, Lamar keeps saying he's past it, but he will always get stopped in silly moments. JJ, the Steelers need a new OC. I think they need a little bit more than a new OC. It's called a fucking head coach because the guy's a goddamn idiot. Gosh darn idiot, as Prime would say. Guys, I wish people that are talking about all these issues with the Steelers, and I talk about them every single fucking day. I do. I wish everybody would just get on the same page with it. Mike Tomlin fucking sucks. He's fucking horrible. He is terrible. Period. Until he is gone, you will never kiss a fucking Lombardi trophy again if you're a Steeler player. You have no hope of winning a championship under Mike Tomlin. And the only reason he won one before was because he got handed the keys to a fucking Ferrari. And he fucked that up too. Amadeus Black, 1, Notre Dame or Ohio State. I'll take Notre Dame. Rubber Road, every single sports league does MVP for the regular season, whether it's pro teams or college teams. Yeah, I still think it's dumb. I don't know why. I feel like it should be a whole thing. The whole thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm misguided on what MVP means. Maybe I'm stupid. Most valuable player for the whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck if you're the most valuable player for the regular season. What the fuck does that matter to me? Ravens fans wake up today still fucking pissed. Still bummed out that Lamar Jackson failed yet again. Is that the most valuable fucking player? JP Productions, Andrews didn't lose that fucking game. Lamar had fucking how many turnovers? More than one. You can't blame a guy for one fucking drop pass. Like shit. You wouldn't have been in that fucking position if fucking MVP Jackson didn't have fucking fumbles and picks. I will too, Devin. I will admit Lamar Jackson is the greatest running back I've ever saw play QB. Me too. And I say it time and time again. You don't want a fucking running back, a quarterback. You want a guy that is smart between the ears, a guy that can throw from the pocket and be ultra athletic. That's the total package. That's what you're looking for. Not a running back. Not a running back. Saudi Tate, I think Washington versus Buffalo, certainly 12. Lamar had MVP season. Oh, get the fuck out of here. One bad game. It's one bad game every fucking year. People are soft in this fucking generation, my friends. I gotta tell you, being average and not winning the championship and just making it to the playoffs, if that's okay with you, enjoy being a loser, I guess. I don't know, man. Enjoy being let down. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and hype a fucking guy up that don't got no Lombardi trophies. I'm not going to sit here and hype a guy up that never won shit in college. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and act like it's fucking great. 4,000, 1,000 yards. What did it get you? TJ Watt, thanks. TJ Watt is like the same. Yeah, only he can't affect the game as much as a quarterback. Inger, statistically, he did do what it takes to get the MVP, and they judge it off stats. It is what it is. Cry about it, guys, but it's the truth. Yeah, and it's a stupid award, Inger. I'm not going to sit here and act like it's something that I'd be celebrating because you're still here on the couch with the rest of us. You're still here losing every single year. You're still not catching Lombardi trophies. That's not crying about it. That's telling the truth. When you said at the end of your comment, Inger, it's guys, but it's the truth. I'm telling the truth. And it hurts. It hurts. DJ Cota, Lamar is not a running back anymore. Dude learned how to throw dots all of a sudden this year. Yeah. Not a championship caliber quarterback. Dakota or Cota. His stats are definitely top tier, Inger. Regular season. I mean, guys, I don't know. I'm not as enamored by the regular season as all of you, I guess. I'm not as pumped up about regular season wins as all of you guys. I'm not as pumped up about guys tearing it up in the regular season and fucking stumbling into playoffs. I'm not pumped up about that. I am not pumped up about that, guys. And again, guys, this is the place to be for these conversations. I'm telling you. I listen to your comments. I read them. I give you my opinion. We're having that conversation, and that's good. That's fine. So that's what it's about. As a Steelers fan, when the Ravens lose, it's a good day. One, that's from Saudi Tate. Zach Morris. Oh, wait, didn't the Steelers lose? Boo-hoo. Yeah, they lost too, Zach. Zach Morris. You got your big cell phone from the 90s? Saved by the Bell. Downtown Jaw Broadway is talking to Amadeus. Devin Burkett. I love Mark Andrews. I might get a Mark Andrews jersey. Yeah, I might get a Mark Andrews jersey too. JJ. TJ Watt is the highest paid player on the team without winning a playoff game. Yeah, it sucks there too. Andrews definitely had a bad turnover, and they kept that key drop, but not totally his fault. Lamar throwing that first INT hurt us the most. Fire Tomlin already from Andres Sanchez. People making fun of teams for losing when 31 teams lose every year is insane. Most of the time, it's fans from the worst NFL teams. Yeah, there's only one team that hoists it. I agree with that. I agree with it. Yeah. I ain't making fun of anybody for losing because it sucks. And that's what I let off the show with. Now you know how it feels. You know, everybody finds out how it feels until the last team standing. There's only one fan base that doesn't feel this. You know what I mean? Lamar just dropped the ball on Vonnie Miller, laughing my ass off. It was great. JJ, the wild card game, TJ Watt didn't do nothing the whole game. Lucas Andrews. Will, how is it all Lamar? The D lets 21 points in the first half. I explained to you, Will, why I think it's on Lamar. The guy you pay $52 million a season to. His job is more than just quarterback. His job is the guy that leads this ball club. The guy that puts the team into a pace, into a rhythm. I don't know how much more to explain it to you guys. That is the truth about football. And I know a lot of people want to reinvent the wheel. I say this all the time, and it's truth. people want to reinvent the wheel and dig for all these reasons why your team loses or why your team's sitting on the couch during the playoffs. I can tell you there's a few things that each football team has to do, and if you don't do those, you don't succeed. TJ Watt needs a pay cut. I don't think so. I don't think that'll happen, whether needed or not. Heavy duty Mayo winning season, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no shit. Ravens were favored. Yeah, when you're favored, better get it done, I guess. Zach Curry, the team is stacked. He's talking about the Ravens. KC and the Eagles need to lose and the world would begin to heal. I would appreciate that too, man. I would like a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. I think that would be cool. Something different, you know what I mean? There are now comparisons of Art Rooney II to Bob Nutting. Geez, what yuns think? What does the world come to, man? What does the world come to, downtown? Flag on the play. What does the world come to? Bob Nutting and Art Rooney in the same sentence. I never thought I'd hear the day. All right, guys, I need some more likes here on the live stream. Make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting the shit out of that like button like you fucking own it, man. Again, we're always trying to hit 100 likes here on the live stream, so make that happen for us. We truly, truly appreciate it. Again, a like is free. It's absolutely easy to do, and it really, truly helps your creators out. So double tap that screen. Let's light that like button up. Let's see how fast we can run it up to 100. Let's see if we can do it really, really quickly. I'd appreciate it. I think it'd be fun to watch. Good evening, Miss Pittsburgh. Miss Pittsburgh in the house. Zach Curry, here we go. Miss Pittsburgh is in the building. Bat 300. We need to let Wilson walk. They will. Sean, don't forget Jason, Art II, and Tomlin are in lockstep. Art II fully supports just not being bad enough. Then if they were lucky to get a playoff ticket, anything can happen. Yeah, I don't know why they kiss Tomlin's ass so much, man, in that building. I don't understand it. I'm just floored that there's people that are that stupid, you know? Apple Liam 20, why did the Texans lose? They just had a lot of injuries, not enough firepower, Apple. That's about it. CJ's a good player, but they just lacked firepower this year, you know? When you have all those injuries in that wide receiver room, it becomes very difficult. Devin, where is he reading these comments? I can't find them. Is he on a delay? I'm way behind, Devin. Way behind in the chat. I try to read everybody's comment. I'm not reading them from the bottom. It was some hell of a good games this weekend. It was, Miss Pittsburgh. JJ, sports are rigged, possibly. Brighton branded, turnovers always kill any momentum. Absolutely. Shit. Honestly, I'd take Saquon. Oh, my God, guys. Sorry, I'm way out of whack on the chat, guys. Fuck it. We've been at a minute or an hour already. All right, guys, I'm going to start wrapping it up. I only ever go for an hour. I only ever stream for an hour. My voice starts to hurt. And, boy, we got to leave some conversation for the next day. So we're going to wrap it up. Again, thank you all for joining us. If I didn't get to your comment, make sure you come back tomorrow. That's why you should subscribe, and then we'll put them in there. Again, I always read the comments from the very first ones and work my way down. However far I get, that's what I get to. You know what I mean? And then when the chat messes up once we hit near an hour to where I'm scrolled way past it, I don't. I do look over here sometimes and see them, but I'm reading them off a big screen over here. That's why you don't even know what I'm talking about half the time in terms of comments. But I try my best, man. I try to get through them all, but, it's really, really hard. I think what we're going to start doing is trying to figure out how to decipher through a little bit of them and not read everyone, but we'll see. We'll see how we can figure out the formula to make it the best. Because, again, all I want from this channel is for your voice to be heard, so I try my absolute best. Whether you're a fan of any team, it doesn't matter. I want your voice to still be able to be heard. All right, guys. Thank you, Miss P. Appreciate it. Thanks, Sean. All right, guys. Good night, man. I'll see you all. I'll see y'all. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Don't forget, we will have both live shows tomorrow. So don't forget Afternoon Blitz and Steel City Live. And again, thank you all, and see you on the next one. Peace, my friends.